Hello everyone and welcome to the online lecture series by Shet Vidya Mandir English High School and Junior College of Science and Commerce. My dear students, myself Jayesh Rajgor, and today we are going to study Information Technology chapter number 2, Digital Marketing. Yes, my dear students, this is a theoretical chapter and a very important one for your board online examinations. My dear students, this chapter completely gives you a perspective of what exactly marketing means and how exactly the concept of digital marketing works. Similarly, this chapter helps you or focuses on the concept of search engine, organic and paid search. It also shows us various categories of SEO, black hat SEO and white hat SEO. Similarly, different SEO strategies, long tail and short tail keywords, actual working with SEO, concept of Google Analytics, etc. So basically, my dear students, digital marketing, this chapter is completely useful for you to understand this modern day world marketing and the various strategies which are used in this modern day world online to do marketing for your products and for your researchers. Dear students, in this chapter, we have a conversational view to understand the concept of digital marketing, also to have a comparative study of traditional marketing and digital marketing. Two characters are being placed in front of you, namely Dr. Ajay and Mr. Suhas. So, in this whole section, or we can say the whole chapter, is based on their conversation and their sharing of information and knowledge to each other. In this way, my dear students, it will be easier for us to understand what exactly digital marketing is and how exactly it helps in the modern day world. Dr. Ajay is Senior Vice President Marketing at Click and Boost India Private Limited. He is a digital marketing expert and social media specialist. He has over 10 years experience in digital marketing. So my dear students, the character that is Dr. Ajay is already a digital marketing expert and works as a senior vice president of marketing in a company called as Click and Boost India Private Limited. Similarly, our other character is Mr. Suhas. Mr. Suhas has floated a small company which manufactures springs and bearings required for machines. He is facing a problem to market his product through website. He appointed Dr. Ajay as consultant for digital marketing. So you need to understand the scenario, my dear students. Mr. Suhas is actually a small businessman who has a business of manufacturing springs and bearings for machines, required for machines. And for promoting his business properly in the new modern day world, he has appointed Dr. Ajay as a consultant for his digital marketing tactics. So, let us understand the conversation between these two. Given below is the conversation between Dr. Ajay and Suhas. The idea behind the dialogue lesson is to make students understand the different aspects of digital marketing. So, here we go and begin with the conversation between Mr. Suhas, a businessman, and Dr. Ajay, a marketing guru. So, Mr. Suhas, he says, "Good morning, sir. I want to understand new method of marketing in the web technology and how it differs from traditional marketing." So basically, Mr. Suhas is shooting a question at Dr. Ajay and wants to understand the actual work of digital marketing and the difference between digital and traditional. So here is the reply by Dr. Ajay. Dr. Ajay says marketing has always been about connecting with your audience in the right place and at the right time. In today's era of technology, it simply means you need to meet them where they are spending more time, and that is on the internet. So, my dear students, the answer is crystal clear. Dr. Ajay says that people nowadays spend more time on the internet, and thus it is essential for any business to market the product which they are dealing in on the internet. Traditional marketing examples might include tangible items such as business cards, print ads in newspapers or magazines. It can also include posters, commercials on TV and radio, billboards, and brochures. My dear students, Dr. Ajay states that the world of digital marketing continues to evolve as long as technology continues to advance. So it is very clear from what Dr. Ajay wants to say that digital marketing is a completely evolving technology, or we can say in modern day world, as technology continues to advance, digital marketing is booming, and thus examples of digital marketing include things like websites, social media mentions, YouTube videos, and banner ads. Specifically, my dear students, these are some common examples about digital marketing. It is similar to traditional advertising but using digital devices. So here is the major thing which you need to understand. The way earlier we used to market our products in newspapers or magazines or print media, or we can say posters, through posters, in modern day world digital marketing uses the same techniques but by using digital devices. So here is another question from Mr. Suhas. Sir, you mean to say that online advertising means digital marketing? Now, here is a quirky reply by Dr. Ajay. Well, you are partially correct, but not fully. Let me explain. Digital marketing is not new. It's been around since the internet started. Now, digital marketing is becoming popular due to the increase in internet users, mobile phone users, and digital content consumption. Think about the last important purchase you made on internet. Before buying, you probably would have searched the internet to learn about the product. Yeah, this is quite often happens with us also. When we tend to think about buying something, we often search about that product over the internet, and that is what Ajay is referring to. Dr. Ajay is asking Mr. Suhas that what exactly did you purchase the last time, and most probably you might have searched about it over the internet and learn about the product you wanted, and your ultimate buying decision would have been based on the customer reviews, features, and prices or pricing you researched. Purchasing decisions begin online today. Hence, an online presence is absolutely necessary regardless of what you sell. So he is very clear in his reply. Dr. Ajay says to Mr. Suhas that, boss, it is very, very important for any business to be digital, to be online. Mr. Suhas says, okay, sir, how digital marketing will help me to promote my business online? Is there any tactic or method or channel to sell my product online? Here, Dr. Ajay shows some various channels through which digital marketing can be done. So, my dear students, let us understand these various channels of digital marketing. Here is a picture which throws a light on various channels, namely email, mobile, SEO, social media, content, pay per click. These are various channels in digital marketing. Let us understand them one by one. Search engine optimization. Number one, SEO is the process of boosting content and technical setup of the website so that it appears at the top of a search engine result for specific keywords. SEO is to attract visitors to your website when they search for products or services related to your business. My dear students, this is very important for you to understand. In the previous lectures, we have learnt about HTML5 and various tags in HTML. Here, we also emphasized on meta tag. This meta tag in HTML5, what it does exactly? It helps in search engine optimization. It sets keywords and content, or we can say descriptions about the content on your website, which helps search engines to search about the content on your website. When someone types a few words on the search engine such as Google or Yahoo, the search engine shows them prevalent results of what exactly their search means like. So, search engine optimization is one of the most important channels in digital marketing. Moving further to the next one, mobile marketing. Everyone nowadays has a mobile phone. From SMS to MMS to in app marketing, there are many ways to go through with mobile marketing. So it is as simple as that. You receive so many SMS nowadays, and these SMS lead you towards various companies or various portals to buy products or to know about some forms, and through these forms they collect your data and market their products. So mobile marketing is one of the most important and useful and handy tool or channel of digital marketing. Moving on to the third one, here we have email marketing. Companies communicate with their audience through email marketing. Emails are used to promote content, events, and discounts, and also to direct people towards the business's website. So, my dear students, in modern day communication, email is the quickest. Through email marketing, companies communicate with their audience easily. Through email marketing, emails are used to promote content, events, and discounts, and also to direct people towards the business's website. So, my dear students, email marketing is one of the most important ones. So, in this way, email marketing is also an essential channel for digital marketing. Moving on to the next one, here we have paid search. Yes, my dear students, some people also pay for getting their keywords or their results into search engines. Paid search or pay per click PPC advertising refers to the sponsored result on the search engine results page. PPC ads are visible, flexible, and effective for many different types of organization. With paid search, you only pay when your ad is clicked. You can tailor your ads to appear when specific search phrases are entered, targeting them to a particular audience. So, my dear students, nowadays in the modern world, many companies go for these paid search. Google ads, AdWords are some many popular options which provide you search portals through which you can market or digitally market your product. Moving on to the next channel is content marketing. Have you heard the saying content is king? Quality content is the fuel that drives your digital marketing strategies. Yes, my dear students, content is the king. In fact, I even sometimes hear from many great businessmen that content is not only the king, but in this modern day world, it has become a kingdom in itself. And thus, digital marketing strategies, content marketing denotes the creation and promotion of content assets in order to generate brand awareness. So, brand awareness, lead generation, traffic growth, and so many other things can be practically done through channels of digital marketing and can be useful to attract customers. The channels that play part in your content marketing include video, blogs, ebooks, etc. Lastly, we also must have a look at the modern day world's best and biggest channel of digital marketing, that is social media marketing. Yes, my dear students, social media marketing is the use of social media platforms and websites to promote a product or service. Social media marketing is the use of social media platforms to connect with your audience, to build your brand, increase sales, and drive website traffic. The major social media platforms are Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, and Snapchat. So, in this way, my dear students, Dr. Ajay has shown Mr. Suhas some 6 important channels of digital marketing. Let us now hear some interesting things about these channels and what exactly Mr. Suhas has understood from these concepts by Dr. Ajay. Here, Mr. Suhas says that, okay, sir, so I need to use any one of the above channel to increase sale of my product over the internet. But what is search engine? And how shall my website rank high on search engine? Great question, I feel. Yes, my dear students, there are many businessmen who are doing this over the internet. And there are very few number of search engines. So how should our business rank on top of the search engine results? Great question. Let us now understand about this from Dr. Ajay. Dr. Ajay says, okay, we'll see the terms one by one. Firstly, search engine. A web search engine or internet search engine is a software system that is designed to carry out web search, that is internet search, which means to search the world wide web in a systematic way for a particular information specified in textual web search query. The search results are generally presented in a line of results often referred to as search engine result pages, SERPs. The information may be a mix of links to web pages, images, videos, infographics, articles, research papers, and other types of files. Basically, Dr. Ajay is trying to make Mr. Suhas understand that search engine works on what is there over the internet, what information is there over the internet. There are many websites. Search engine optimizes the data on your website and helps the user to get what he requires. Moving further, Dr. Ajay states that to understand this, see the comparison of search result of Yahoo and Google for same product. So now here are some pictures in which a user searches about buying a new car on Yahoo as well as buying a new car on Google. These are the top search engines. So you can see, my dear students, the results. Here on Yahoo, you get some websites showing buy new car insurance, search buy new car insurance, Zapmeta search, similarly Vismeo.com buy new car. Whereas on Google also you see a few ads as well as some website information. Here you can see buy new car online, a ad is there. Similarly, you have cardekho.com's website which provides information about buying a new car. Now you can easily differentiate the result shown by two search engines in Yahoo and Google. It is showing different websites having information for buying a new car. The entire SEO works on keywords. If those keywords are being used in the content of the website, then that website may rank in top 10 or 20 search results. So basically, the meta tag which we learned in HTML5 is very important, my dear students, to optimize the search engine. It is very important that your website's data is reaching the search engine so that they can show the users what the user is looking for. Mr. Suhas says, oh yes, it is crystal clear not now how search engine plays important role in ranking the website. Please tell me, shall I pay and rank my website, or is there any other way which is economical which I can use to rank without paying? Now this is a question very similar to what every businessman thinks. Mr. Suhas wants to pay less and similarly has a query that should he pay and rank his website in the search engine or go for any other economical way. Let us now see Dr. Ajay's reply. There are two ways to rank website. One can pay and rank, and other is without payment. One can rank website doing SEO process, that is organic search. So this is very interesting, my dear students, how to grow on digital world or digital marketing. How can you do that? Let us understand what Dr. Ajay is trying to show and make us understand about organic search. Now I will tell you the difference between organic search and paid search. Look at these two figures, that is figure 2.5AB, and you will understand that you can pay Google or any search engine and rank your website on top of the search. The keyword ad marked here, that is figure 2.5, shows that this site has paid Google search engine to rank him at the top. Similarly, figure 2.5b shows the keyword sponsored, which is also paid site to rank the images and information at top. In figure 2.6, the search website is so popular that many users may have visited it, therefore it has become popular and it is ranked by search engine on its first page. Why we must opt for first 5 pages? Because as we go on higher number, customer does not search those pages or there are very less visitors as page number grows. So let us see these pictures, my dear students. In 2.5a you can see a ad written over here. It means the website owner has paid for ranking. Similarly, as we look at the next picture here, sponsored picture is written. So somewhere or the other, once again, this is paid. Links with advertisement are called as paid search. Also here, my dear students, here you can see some search results about laptop 2019. Here nowhere it is written ads or sponsored. It means these are the websites where customers are visiting often and these are ranking high automatically, and it is very important that you rank high. So somewhere or the other, first 5 pages of the search engine are very important because somewhere the user doesn't go beyond that or are less visiting the websites which are shown on that pages. Dr. Ajay says further, Let me explain you how we can rank our website with the help of SEO. Techniques and strategies used to get higher search rankings and breaking search engine rules are black hat SEO, white hat SEO. Dr. Suhas says, what do you mean by black hat and white hat SEO? Let us understand now black hat SEO and white hat SEO together by Dr. Ajay. White hat SEO involves looking for ways to improve user experience ethically and genuinely. It ensures that web page content should have been created for the users and not just for the search engine. So this is a very crystal clear, very genuine or ethical way of search engine optimization, white hat SEO. Moving towards the next one, black hat SEO relies on manipulating Google's algorithm to improve rankings by creating a copy of popular website which shows content similar to the original website. So here we are not going ethical way, we are not going the white collared way. Here we are manipulating the algorithm. The Google crawler reads the content and thinks the website is original one. It ranks the page. Crawler is a program used by search engines to collect data from the website. So my dear students, here Dr. Ajay is trying to put some light on what exactly the search engine is working through, white hat or black hat. Further, there is a small note here which says, remember, my dear students, always follow a white hat SEO tactic and don't try to fool your site visitors. Be honest and definitely you will get proper rank. Now, Google's search algorithm has become intelligent. As it finds you are fooling to rank your website, it ranks you down and blacklist you and your business go down in open market. So, basically, my dear students, you all have to go the white hat SEO if you in future plan for digital marketing. Further, Mr. Suhas says, I heard something about on-page SEO and off-page SEO. Can you please tell me something about it? Here is Dr. Ajay's reply. Dr. Ajay says, search engines don't look at a page the way a person looks at it. They can only read the source code of the page. If you right click on any web page, you will likely to see an option for viewing that page's source code, HTML code. If you are not familiar with HTML code, it will look like jumbled mess. There are a number of ways to approach SEO to generate traffic to your website. Those are on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and technical SEO. So let us now further understand SEO and these various methods of or we can say approaches to generate traffic, how to attract visitors through these techniques of on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and technical SEO. Firstly, on-page SEO. Anything within HTML code, anything between two set of tags is something that could get put on the page for a person to read. The text aside this tells browser and search engines how to render the information between the tags. The reason it is called on-page SEO is that these changes are visible to readers. So basically whatever is visible to the readers, my dear students, it is on-page SEO. So let us understand the next one. Off-page SEO is about everything that doesn't happen directly on your website. On-page is on the website directly and off-page is not directly on your website. Off-page SEO is about, among other things, link building, social media, local SEO. It allows generating traffic to your site. Basically, many businessmen use off-page SEO as well nowadays so that through various platforms, people come to your website. Technical SEO. The third one, technical SEO is very important step in the whole SEO process. If there are problems with your technical SEO, then it is likely that your SEO efforts will not generate the expected results. Once again, I read this point, my dear students. It is the most important step in SEO process. If there are problems with your technical SEO, then it is likely that your SEO efforts will not generate expected results. So you have to be prompt and very accurate while you're working on technical search engine optimization. A simple example of technical SEO is site speed. People do not like to wait for slow website. If your website is not loading, you have put the code, you have put the URL on the browser and it's still not opening. It is just loading. People will not visit your website again. So it is important that your website loads quickly. If your pages load slowly, you'll be ranked lower than a comparable site that has faster pages. Another example is mobile friendliness. If your site looks bad on a mobile device, search engines can detect that and lower its rankings on mobile specific search engines. So basically, technical SEO is cool and is very important, my dear students, to rank your websites. Mr. Suhas says, "Oh yes, sir. Now I understand I must put relevant content on my website, but then how to decide, or how do I decide whether my content is relevant or not?" So let us now understand reply by Dr. Ajay regarding content. Your company is manufacturer of springs and bearings, right? While developing the website, a website designer must take care to add keywords such as compression, springs, extension springs, drawbar springs. If such keywords are used in the meta tag, yes, my dear students, meta tag, while creating a website, that means topic or aim of the website is the same and its contents are relevant. The content must be designed using HTML5, HTML tags, that is use bold, italic, underline, h1, h2, etc. tags. Even the alt attribute of images must be used with keywords, so crawlers cannot read image but they read description and classify the content. Basically, my dear students, to generate ranks, search engine must read your data or content in the meta tag, and for proper content you need to give keywords in the meta tag related to your business. So here is the next question by Mr. Suhas. Mr. Suhas says, "Sir, what are keywords?" So Dr. Ajay says, to rank your website, you must follow the tactic of long tail and short tail keyword concept. Yes, my dear students, long tail and short tail keyword concept. Dr. Ajay says, a long tail is long keyword. A short tail is a short keyword. You can use your intelligence to rank your website using small keywords or long keywords. Let me give you an example. If I want to search shoes and I type keyword shoes on search engine, it is small keyword used by millions of people. Here your search result shows only popular websites on the first few pages. Someone with newborn website about shoes can't expect his website to be shown on top. But now if he uses keyword in meta, that is brown, soft, comfortable running shoes, then such a long keyword may be used by less websites. This may result in ranking of his website on a higher position. So basically everything is meta tag, everything is the keywords you put. It is very important to understand, my dear students, that keywords play a very important role in ranking your website on the search engine. Further, Mr. Suhas says, now suggest me a tool which can work and tell me what is shortfall in my website so I can successfully evaluate my website optimization. Here is the reply by Dr. Ajay. Now I will tell you very important things about SEO audit and how SEO optimizes the website. An SEO audit helps to find out what could be done to improve ranking on search engines so that consumers could find the website with greater ease. SEO Optimizer is free SEO audit tool that will perform a detailed SEO analysis. My dear students, here is a note once again for you which says there are many SEO audit tools available on internet such as WooRank.com, Varvi.com, SEOSiteCheckup.com, etc. So you can use these checkup tools or audit tools which will help you in understanding the audit system of SEO. It provides clear and actionable recommendations that can be taken to improve your online presence. Some of the ways to optimize the web page for SEO are as follows. Let us understand these basics for ranking or optimizing. Firstly, HTML header. As you know, my dear students, in the first chapter itself, we have seen the doc type HTML thing in your HTML code. This is compulsory. Web pages having HTML code should always start with doc type HTML. Similarly, you know the title tag. A title tag is an HTML element that specifies the title of a web page. Title tags are displayed on the search engine results pages, SERPs, as the clickable headline for given result. Therefore, it is recommended to use title tag. So basically, my dear students, meta tag, once again, Meta tags are snippets of code that tell search engines important information about your web page. It also essential to boost your on-page SEO. So three things which are a must in your header section, that is doc type HTML, title tag and meta tag. Moving further, when you use the body tag, some body content are necessary, such as heading tags. Heading tags are necessary for both usability and SEO of your web page. Search engines primarily take keywords from content, heading tags and titles to develop the context of the web page. So heading tags are important, such as H1 to H6 wherever required. Similarly, IMG, images with alt attribute. By adding an alt text, you provide users, off-screen readers and search engines with a textual description of what's on the image. This improves accessibility and your chance of ranking high in the image search. Keyword consistency. This is also an important thing to optimize. Keyword consistency means, my dear students, having similar type of keywords where every time the search engine can find your keywords and rank them in the search engine. Keywords or set of keywords, those will rank your site in a search engine. Similarly, we have links. Links nowadays play a very important role, my dear students. On social media also, you might have seen many hyperlinks. You click on a photograph and you click on an album and photographs are opened. So on Facebook or YouTube, there are many links which work and take you to another web page or website. So links play a very important role in optimizing. Here we go. Number of backlinks. Backlinks are links that are detected or directed towards your website. Backlinks are important for SEO because some search engines, especially Google, will give more credit to websites that have a good number of quality backlinks and consider those websites more relevant than other in their result pages for search query. Similarly, broken links. Broken links are links that send a message to its visitor that the page no longer exists and triggering a 404 page. This is an error page basically, that the website is no longer available or the content is no longer available. Similarly, we have friendly URLs. SEO friendly URLs are URLs that are designed to meet the needs of users and searchers. Specifically, URLs optimized for SEO tend to be short and keyword rich. You give links to big banner website and they give you link back to your website. This will create friendly website support to your website. So basically, these are some links which can help you, or backlinks which will take people to your website and generate traffic for you. Moving on to the fourth one, that is indexing. Indexing also helps in search engine optimization. Indexing is the process of adding web pages into Google search. It is very important in SEO to increase the ranking of the web pages. We add pages here, my dear students. So by adding pages, automatically our rank increases. So next is Googlebot. Googlebot is the Google Spider, that is the robot that passes over the web and indexes pages for inclusion in Google's database. So here with this bot, what we are doing is we are adding pages to Google's database so that it can automatically rank us. Googlebot collects documents from the web to build Google's search index. Here are some other factors which also help in optimization, such as robot.txt. A txt file is what tells the search engine which pages to access and index on your website and which not. For example, if you specify in your robot text file that you don't want the search engine to be able to access your thank you page, that page won't be able to show up in the search result. Basically, this is a file where we are telling Google or search engine what to show and what to not. Similarly, there is device rendering. This check visually demonstrates how your page renders on different devices. It is important that your page is optimized for mobile and tablet devices, as today the majority of web traffic comes from these sources. So device rendering is an essential part of SEO. Moving on to the next one, Flash. You might have heard about this, Flash media player. Sometimes your YouTube videos don't play if you don't have a Flash player on a particular browser. So Flash is a very interactive media technology that makes sites more interesting. At the same time, Flash can kill your search rankings because search engines can't index Flash content directly. Moving on to iframes. Similarly to Flash, frames are a burden in terms of SEO. When you use frames on a page, you confuses search engines which may rank down your website. So iframes sometimes are like a burden. Simple frames are a burden. So iframes are helpful in fact. Moving on to the next one, favicon means favorite icon. Such icons help. PNG format icons or any other icons, they may help in ranking on your website. Means favorite icon, also known as shortcut icon, website icon, etc. Here are some pictures of popular websites and their icons. My dear students, tab icon, URL icon or bookmark icon are some types. A favicon is a visual representation of your website and business, so users will identify with your brand based on the favicon you use. Legible font sizes, it should not be too big, gaudy, or too small, which is not even visible. It means that a font size declared as bigger, smaller, or the same size that should be easily readable when a user is viewing the page on mobile or smaller screens. So basically, my dear students, font sizes also matter. If they are too big or too small and viewer are not happy with it, search engine might not rank it. Tap target sizing is the next one, my dear students. A tap target is any element on a web page that user interacts with, where he clicks, where he moves, any ad or a link or a button. These include action buttons, links and ads, etc. that a user taps on when accessing a web page using a touch screen. Therefore, the size of such taps touch elements should be relevant, neither too small nor too big. Let us also understand, my dear students, the performance results. Number of resources. This check displays the total number of files that need to be retrieved from web servers to load your page. As a general rule, having more files to retrieve increases the number of server requests and can subsequently increase page load time. It is a good tactic to remove unnecessary files for consolidate files like styles and scripts which are less required. We can also understand page speed info, my dear students. Page speed does affect SEO. If it is very slow, SEO won't rank you. While creating a website, attention is given on the design, content and as many visuals as possible. This can slow down your website and obstruct usability. So it is very important that your website should not be slow. Similarly, page size also matters. Here is some page size info. The term page size in the SEO world refers to the downloaded file size of a given web page. So in this way, my dear students, we are trying to understand with the help of Dr. Ajay, an digital marketing guru, an expert, various methods of SEO. Let us understand SEO, that is social media optimization. Here, it deals with enhancing the website's ranking using interactive communities like Facebook, Twitter, blogs, forums, etc. When these communities have links to various different web pages or websites, it helps to rank. So, my dear students, here is yet another question from Mr. Suhas. He says, "Sir, I'm also facing this problem. Many people visit my website, but they do not purchase or place order to buy my product. This is very depressing. Sir, please tell me what to do." So now, once again, my dear students, this is also a common businessman question. Somewhere or the other, with these various techniques, you can understand that these links to the created website, it builds familiarity and trust about the website. Similarly, when security checks are done, security is important to ensure your website protects user data and doesn't become compromised or experience downtime or data loss. It includes SSL, that is enabled as security layers. Similarly, it follows HTTPS. You might see HTTPS on the browser window, malware check for viruses, email privacy. So these are security checks which need to be done. But now the question by Mr. Suhas is regarding his business. People are visiting his website, but they are not purchasing or placing order. What should he do? My dear students, I want to make a note over here that this particular portion of this chapter has been omitted. But as we are studying the whole chapter and it is conversational and it is a part of this modern day world, I feel you should not skip this one. Though this is not a part of your board exam this year due to COVID-19, 25% syllabus has been reduced and this page is one of them. So it is not going to come in your board exam. Let us continue with the conversation and learn some quick things. Dr. Ajay says, "Yes, I will tell you why this is happening. Please don't be depressed. Take a look at the funnel drawn below. Here is the diagram, purchasing funnel, why people
don't purchase. They visit the website, but they don't purchase. There is some behavior. You must try to understand that many users may come to your website, but conversion will be little because the customer is having more choice and the market has become consumer oriented. Three stages are there: acquisition, behavior, and conversion. So these are the three stages which are important. If you get these three stages, automatically people will come and purchase. Acquisition means creating interest in the mind of customer about your product. Behavior: once he knows about the product, he may feel of buying or may not feel of buying the product. You must put such information on your website that he must feel he should buy it. Lastly, conversion: when he is convinced and no other competitor gives him better offer than you, he buys the product by clicking an option to buy. So basically these are the three things which you should look into the matter and provide such information which will help the user to buy your product from your website. Finally, Mr. Suhas says, sir, I heard that Google Analytics helps in ranking your website at top. How? So this is a more interesting thing, my dear students. You will understand something about Google Analytics. It is a web analytics services, says Dr. Ajay, offered by Google that tracks and reports website traffic, number of visitors, time spent on the website by visitors, etc. Yes, my dear students, a popular tool by Google which helps you in tracking your website traffic. Mr. Suhas says, thank you, sir. Now my complex is somewhat reduced, but tell me how I can use this tool with my website. So, the final answer comes from Dr. Ajay. For performing Google Analytics, one has to be ready with the hosted website. If you have a website, my dear students, you can also go for Google Analytics survey. The Google Analytics report contains users, sessions, bounce rate, how many visitors hit the back button or closed your website without performing a single interaction. Similarly, session duration, how much time they spent on your website. Lastly, active users right now, how many active users are there on your website currently. All these metrics are really useful to learn about the users and improve marketing strategies. Basically, analytics are nothing but reports which will help you understand the customer's mind. Finally, Mr. Suhas says, thank you, sir. You have given me a positive thought. Now I will work on the strategy explained by you in this above explanation and improve my digital marketing. Even I will work on content and social media marketing too. Dr. Ajay concludes, thank you. I wish you success in your task. Bye. Have a nice day. So, my dear students, hope this chapter is very clear to you. Digital marketing, a simple chapter, a theoretical chapter, and a very important one from the board exam point of view. In objectives, this chapter will have somewhat amount of weightage and will help you definitely. As soon as the board officially declares the paper pattern, we will come to know about the weightage of this chapter, but I personally feel somewhere or the other this chapter has a very good weightage from the point of view of objectives. Here is a small summary. I hope you read this summary from your textbooks and try to sum up and make notes about this chapter, digital marketing, and also use it in your regular day-to-day studying. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.